Art is the expression or application of human creative skill and imagination, typically in visible form. Now, for video games, this comes in a mix of visuals, audio visuals, and many more, as I'm going to tell you. So, apart from visual imagery or storytelling, there is an emotional reaction produced by some video games, such as the stress induced on a player when he is controlling a role-playing game, for example. This is comparable to an art as music or good painting can make you feel certain emotions. In addition, this emotional reaction can be different from one player to another. So, the intention of the producer that intends the video game to create one emotion may be different from one player to another. Now, the development of a video game is comparable to the production of a song or the creation of a movie, as video games normally have a very big cast that work on portraying the sensations or emotions that the production team is trying to make. And that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Claro, como una
Let's start now.
I'm here defending that video games are engineered because of three main reasons. One of the whole thing. How many people work on a big project engineer? 40 people. How many people work in a piece of art? The artist. The artist focused on express his feelings. And big project video games are focused on sell on market. The second main reason. All of us made in the last year soccer. Is a video game. And how many of us have studied art? None of us. So we have no sense of art, and the one who makes go better wins. And the three main reasons, and the last one, is that what's the difference between the Pong, for example, and the Call of Duty video game? The graphics. Because the core of the two video games is the same, is beating the other player. And I think that these three main reasons makes
So, a video game gathers a lot of things like storytelling, a soundtrack, the music, the graphics. So, who can tell this separately isn't art? For example, the movies are right this thing, and there are some video games that are better than movies, or that they like touch to your emotions and all that stuff. So, who would play a video game that doesn't have emotion or doesn't touch your heart or something like that? The first thing when you see a video game, a trailer, for example, is that you like what you see, the visuals, and that's art. So, for example, it's true that we need a huge team of people doing that stuff, but inside that team there's a lot of people who is in charge of the design. It's the design team, the sound team, the music, and all that stuff. So, that's the value of the art, the emotions. So, also you don't need to study art to understand art. You like what you see. You see a movie and you love that. You love that movie. Also, you haven't studied art anytime. So there are a lot of games that, for example, in Minecraft, for example, it's a huge world that doesn't have almost anything. It's just blocks, but you can build whatever you want, whatever. So, and other games like Skyrim that has an open world where you can go wherever and like ride a horse, battle, a lot of things that touch your emotions, and you can be a warrior, you can be a a lot of things. You can be an assassin, whatever. So that's what video games. But that's why video games are isn't just engineering.
Okay, let's start now.
Okay, if we assume, it's absurd to assume that everything that makes you feel is art. I mean, if I get punched in the head, I'm gonna feel something. I'm gonna feel pain, I'm gonna feel a set of emotions, and it's not art, not even close. So, and what you say about open worlds, about the video games gives the player the option to create, but the video games itself is not that. It's like the tools for a painter. It's like the microphone for a singer. They create the art, but not the video game. The video game is just a tool. You want to see that way. The video game is the code. It's whatever makes the program works, and that's engineering. That's the hours of hours that the people, the engineering team, have put to create that tool, that thing that makes us feel, but it's not art. It's a game. It's part of life. It's like, I don't know. It's creating something that is gonna make you feel, that is gonna make you do something, but it's not art. It's code. It's engineering. It's science. It's math. That's what video games are. That's the core fundamental of video games. You can put it in whatever way. The chess is art also. It's engineering. It's a game. What makes the art maybe the artist who create the pieces of chess. That may be art. But the game itself, the core, the rules, what makes the game is engineering, is thinking, is math. So that's basically the video games are engineering. It's not possible to be that.
Hi everyone, let me start saying two things. First of all, coding in a video game is like writing in a book. Like, would you say that, for example, that Cervantes didn't make that because he just was writing in a book? Or when you visit a museum, when you see all the paintings, you just say, okay, that's some paint in a piece of paper. That's not art. So to say that games are not engineering because there's a piece of code in it, I mean, that's what makes the art, right? That's necessary. So then you guys say that the video games as the tool are not the art. So if the video game is not the art, then playing is the art. So what will make the art greater? The video game. And this video game is made, as I said, by my teammates, by music, by image, and by a bunch of things that are in its own art. Then, let's say, for example, Miyamoto, which is the father of games, he was an artist. I mean, he didn't study engineering, he didn't study coding, and he created games like Donkey Kong, like Mario Bros. I mean, the main, the games that then the other games used to grow and their way were based on were created by an artist. So why then the farther we go, the farther we create the art, right? Also, there's an art style included in each game. Since the first game, which were pixel art, then the art developed in vector art, then went to isometric 3D, and those are considered like art forms. And this is why game is art. Thank you.
Okay, refutation 2, team 2. Silence, please.
Okay, you can start now.
Sexes, violence, blood, Call of Duty, Minecraft, zombies. Is that art? Or is it just killing people? I mean, when I play a video game, I want to kill grandmas. I want to go through the street with my car, punching babies. And you say that that's art? Well, I think there is nothing related to reality. When you have a team of 20 people working in the same thing, is that like an artificial thing? I mean, you don't feel like you are being manipulated? Because they use techniques. They don't sit with a glass of wine and classical music. Okay, so you say that with the video game you can make art, but with a pencil you can make art as well. You can say that this is art, this is the tool, not the thing itself. Well, when you ride a horse in a video game, when you play with people in a video game, is that art? Because when you ride a horse in reality, when you drink a glass of water in reality, you are not doing art. I mean, you can do it in a video game or in real life, but that doesn't make it art. Well, you say that you talk about engineering like if it is not like a beautiful thing. I mean, maybe coding, math, science is beautiful too. I mean, we are not saying that it has not like a magical part making video games, but because we consider that code is magical itself. Well, maybe you can cheat people from outside and tell them that code is art, but okay, we are programmers. We know that making code is a headache. It's not like a beautiful thing. When I make a song with my team, with my group, I really enjoy it. But when I make code, gosh. Well, web page. What do you have in a web page? You can enter and hear some music, you have a beautiful display, you have some images. Wow, you have a lot of things. But it is not art. Even though music is art, even though images is art, 20 wasn't art, man. Well, Jobs didn't study computer science, and yet he made a very big Apple company, and we all know that Apple is an engineering company. So maybe if he doesn't study it, doesn't make it art. So yeah, that's our conclusion. I mean, we love video games, but sorry.
I would like to start our conclusion with a quote that said Hideo Kojima. I can guess that most of you know who Hideo Kojima is. He's the owner and maker of Metal Gear Solid. And this is what he said. I'm sorry that the quote is in Spanish, I didn't find it in English. El arte es algo que radia del artista, la persona que crea la pieza de arte. Si pasan 100 personas y una sola de ellas es cautivada por lo que la pieza irradia, eso es arte. En cambio, un videojuego tiene que asegurarse de que las 100 personas que disfruten del servicio, de que las 100 personas que juegan al videojuego disfruten del servicio por el que están pagando. So, Hideo Kojima says that video games are a service presented in an artistic form. So, for example, I don't know, a painting. If you see a painting, you may like the painting, or you may, or just you don't like the painting. It may transmit you something, or it doesn't. But in the other way, video games, they are produced with the viewers or the gamers on mind. They need to make sure that the video games like and entertain the gamers that are playing the game. So I think this concludes very well why video games are not art, and that's it. That's my conclusion.
Okay guys, so you brought some really good arguments on why game development is engineering. But listen to this, not every painting is a form of art, because there are some really bad paintings, right? Exactly, that's why there are some really bad games, because there are people like you who only focus on engineering. You say that there are 40 people who work on the engineering team, but behind those 40 people, there's a lead game designer who focuses on delivering a form of art and experience. Because, for instance, if I ask you what is your favorite game, you're probably going to say that a game from 10 years ago, because it brings you back really good memories, nostalgia. That's a form of art, because you're not buying an application, you're buying an experience. That's why you're not working on an application, you're working on experience. That is a game development. And you guys all also say that Call of Duty or Minecraft, these games are not form of art, but also art is subjective. You can't tell a person what he likes. Like I can't tell you like you like bad music because you listen to rock, right? That's why I can tell a 8-year-old that he likes Minecraft, so he likes bad games. So that's our conclusion. Thank you.
I want them to hear this. So this last conclusion, it's going to be different because they are going to defend the other side. So engineering is going to defend art, and art is going to defend engineering. So you cannot say anything. You cannot help them. You cannot, well, they don't have their phones, so you cannot communicate with them. And yeah, that's it. The only restriction is that you are not going to defend engineering anymore. You have to defend art.
So let's. Wait. It starts right now.
Okay. So as the team has said before, they admitted that a video game contains elements of art. And what is a composition in art? It's a mix of many elements of art. So to say that video games are not art is saying that music is not art, movies are not art, stories are not art. So in conclusion to all this stupid debate, because I don't know what to say, I don't know. I think it is safe to say that this is true, guys. Art is subjective. Art is whatever you want to say it's art. They said that punching a man is not art, but you can say that punching a man is art. In fact, there are people that believe that, and they punch random people on the street because they think it's art. So,
Okay, so we're going to put the other team here, and Hugo, you cannot say anything, and okay.
You just gotta laugh.
Okay, so I hope you haven't heard anything. The only restriction now.
Microphone.
The only restriction now is that you don't defend art anymore. You now have to defend engineering.
And you have 1 minute 30 seconds, and it's gonna start right now. Time.
Okay, so we spoke about art. Now it's important to have art in video games because we love video games since they retrieve something in our imagination, memory. We love Pokemon because they're all designed differently. No, this is all shit. This isn't true at all. The important thing is that there is no action. This is so fake. There is code behind, there is something who developed the video games, there is a logic, and a game without a logic isn't anything. It's an image, it's a video, it's a painting, but there have to be some mechanism behind that links all the things together. There is to be a story behind. There is something that connects all the graphic, and a video game is nothing without those mechanisms, without a team that develops those mechanisms. There are design patterns, there are classes, there are objects, there are methods, and video games is built on this. The graphic is something that belongs to an upper layer, but the base is that. And the video games are, the base comes first.